For this portion of the video, I'm going to be demonstrating parts of the use case realization number 5, which is server client sync after login. I have my breakpoint here on K-State login, and we're going to go into handle credential received to see how it is updating server form. Server form. To see how it's updating server form. So here we have this handle credentials received, and then we're going to go into our database. In here, we will skip over this until it finds the user. But once it does, I'll show you what happens. Okay, here we are. We have our user, Billy. If it wants to show. Yep, Billy. And so we'll continue. So here it's setting the user status online, and we're also setting the contact holding Billy online as well. Here we have saved contacts. We're going to get step over these. All they're doing is saving to the JSON file. And then we're back into here where we will get user, but that's for our login. I'm going to skip over that part. We're first going to go down into this server form observer, where we'll see that we have this method update online users, which we'll first have to check to see if it has a invoke required, which is something to protect against cross multi-threading. We see that it is required, then we create a new action where we'll update on the server side of the user logging in. So we'll see that in a second. I think I can continue from here. Oh, yep, here. I'll pause and we'll continue whenever I can show you. So I got rid of the breakpoints. So whenever I type in Billy, Bob, and before I log in, I do want to bring up our server form here, so you can see that it updates in real time. So we do this login. Once our successful login pops up, we see that Billy is online, and we have our main window. Now the second part I want to show is whenever Joe logs in, the friend list is also updated along with server form. So I'm going to pause and get that ready. Okay, I have a breakpoint ready, so as soon as I hit login, it should automatically pull that up. Okay, we are in our communication controller. So this is after server form has been updated, and I can showcase that really quickly right over here. Oh, I guess I can't. Never mind, scratch that. So we'll step into this, which is a little method down here. We're still in the communication controller. Here, we want to set user status. This allows us to set the user status correctly. We had a little error whenever someone logged in first, and then the second person that logged in, the first person that was logged in was not updating their friend status appropriately. So we fixed that with this. So we'll step into here, and all we do is call a couple of these. We get the contact. I'm going to step over, and then we just make their status the new status. Okay, and then update in friends. It's similar. We get the users, and we will then update according to their friends list. So we'll step past this. And then, like I said, the save user, save contacts, just saving it to a JSON file so it's updated appropriately. Okay, now we're back into our send updated status. This will check for for each of the friends in the friend list to see if they are online, and that is using the WebSocket. So we're just going through here, checking for every friend. If they're online, we then want to be able to get their status. Then we would want to get the user that, so let's say Joe is logging in. We're getting their friend list, and now we're getting the friends that are online friend lists, and we are updating it appropriately. Here, this just checks to see if it's greater than or equal to 0. Otherwise, we'd have index out of bounds, so some error checking. And then we serialize the friend list, and then we're going to send it, and I think it's going to have a WebSocket error here in a moment. Yep. Okay. Okay. Here we have where we left off, and we see that Joe's offline again because I want to demonstrate that Joe will be changed to online whenever Joe does sign in. So let's do this. And here we are in our main controller. And we can see that the state is contact updated, and we commented out the rest because that was previous, and we realized we could just do it in one step. So let's step over. My bad. I guess it's not contact updated because that would be contact added or removed. So we'll just go over into this one, status update. So first we are deserializing the contacts, and then we are gonna, that's right here, as you can see, happening in the main controller. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. So let's step through this and step through that as well. Okay, this is the one we want. This is where it's going to be updating the client side with the new information which we received previously from updating on the server side. And I guess it did not step into it. Oh, I think it timed out. So I'm going to pause and then showcase what happens in the main window. Okay, we could continue. I think I've fixed the issue. We see that Billy's already online. Now I also wanted to bring up this Billy. That as soon as Joe's online, Billy will also be online. So we hit login and we will go in here. We saw this. So I'm going to step over until we reach our next breakpoint. So I think I hit continue. Successful login. And then here we are. So let's go and look at Billy. I guess we can't, but we can look at the server. Joe is online. Here is where we're going to be updating Billy's, not Joe's. When Joe logs in, we're going to be updating Billy's contact list. So we go through, we get for each of his contacts, and we're going to add. So contact here is going to be Billy, and they're going to be online. I guess we're updating Joe's list. Okay, we have that. Continue. Billy is online. And then I didn't want to pull up. Is there a breakpoint here? Okay, here we go. Now we're going to be updating, sorry, because multi-threads and multiple online users. We're going to be updating Billy's thing now. Okay, so it's going to be the same thing. We're going to go and look through each of the contacts until we find the one we're looking for. And we're going to add to item. That is going to be contact username and contact status. And then it's going to just step through. They only have one friend. And then we can just hit continue. And now we see that Joe is online here. And we see Billy's online right here. And over here, we see this. I am going to demonstrate when you log out, it will update on both sides because I believe that's still syncing after login. So here we go. Oh yeah, I'm just going to continue. Oh, connection out. I guess I'm not going to show that because it's not part of it, but thank you.